Hi. What a wonderful weekend it was, and I hope you had a wonderful weekend. The weather was just beautiful. This week is such a perfect flow on, and this is why I'm sharing these, because there seems to be this flow. And last week, it was very much about accept change. It was about expanded self, relaxing in self, and that which you are arrives as days go by effortlessly. There is such a shift from the old paradigm that is going of hard work will get you there to self expanding and being in that place. Everything shifts, and that becoming continues. Last week was we can stay in situations too long, we adapt, then not hear when it's time to say or do or move or be finished with something. Whether it's, we can even be stuck in epic, or we can be stuck in not knowing how to even stop. So this week, the card that came up was change. I'll read it at the end, and hopefully it can be heard through the years of what showed up this weekend. This week was really about claiming the power of the shadow. The shadow is so powerful. I can remember when I was pregnant with my first child, I started having nightmares of people coming towards me to, it felt violence was going to happen, and I felt so not empowered because I was carrying this child, so I wasn't free to do whatever that dream was about. But after she was born, there was this energy of, come now, you're good as gone. There was this power of the shadow came, and I loved it. It felt, I'm fine, things are good, I can deal with this. And rather than saying, oh, I couldn't hurt another thing, because that becomes enabling, not speaking up. And one of the beings that I saw, well, several were kind of, I'm done, I don't ever want to see them again, they're as good as gone, don't want anything to do with them anymore. Or I really lost it, and I want to find out how they made me do that. And the lost it situation was in relationship to a friend who had been there pretty much since childhood, and the adaptation of the other friends, part of the gang, the group, nothing was ever said. It was just normalized, but it went a little bit too far. And she said she blew up, and out came this tirade of stuff she can't believe she even said. I thought, oh, this is good. This is so good. Because when you know you can go there, a calmness comes. Because you can go there, you can speak peacefully and speak, it's enough, no more. Instead of this terrible situation that arose. And in this situation, it was rather wonderful because they actually sat down and spoke for an hour and a half and cleared the deck with lots of stuff. But she was still really troubled about having lost it and having, why was that able to be brought out? It is so important that things are brought out, seen, feel them, but it doesn't have to be a wrecking ball. When you know that is alive in you and you take it on and you become more, and in that more, peace is in that, and it's a shift from the norm to this other place. And this weekend was very much of energies here being weary of life, frustrated, depressed. It wasn't like they came in depressed or weary or worried or frustrated. It was under the surface, and we just get on with things, but it revealed itself. And in revealing that, it was really difficult to go into this shift and change that really had all the energy that they came into the world with to begin with. It didn't get drained through these daily processes and stories and experiences. It was able to renew itself in a really fresh start going forward. So it was very, very refreshing. So it went, interestingly enough, it went from this place here to a more elevated place that felt effortless and true. And in connecting with it, that space was such a shift that they felt present to it. So another that came along, they were in a space where this is the workspace. And it's hard and it's weary and it was unstoppable. And it's just what I came here to do, but it became hard work and still unstoppable. It was never going to stop. And I can understand why it wasn't, because it's the beauty of what was continuously moved into was so precious to do. And then here was a space of how we would like it to be. It's like moving into, but this was more a side-by-side movement. And what it showed up was, instead of having them side by side, they really were interfacing. So there was the circle, and I know many of you know what I'm about to say here, but to step in it is where that effortlessness that was spoken of, this is how it connects. I love how the light matches that circle. So it was circles like that. And this being the toroidal field. This space here is that source energy. It's the void in which everything lives. It's the nothing. And you know, when something feels like nothing, it's no effort at all. But in being in that space, allowing the connection with the void and to step into it that way, the effortlessness appears, the invigorating appears, it comes to you appears. And a lot of people experience, it came to me. I moved towards it and it came to me. We have them all the time. And funnily enough, people think it's the mind that's doing that the mind is smart. It's actually not a mind thing. It is that effortlessness. If you stand in that space and you have that sense of what it is you're engaged to, it comes to you. It's the best friend. It comes to you. So that energy was there this week, which followed on from last week, but in a deeper, revealing the shadow way, which expanding and becoming more and effortlessly allowing that to come through. How good is that? So the card that showed up was change. Nothing stays the same. Everything is meant to change. Do not feel insecure with change, rather embrace the diversity and dance in the face of what may seem like upheaval. Transitions may create shifts of awareness or alterations of physical situations. Life is a constant stream of changes. See the growth that emerges. Enjoy the results and the transformations. Then let go and allow more change. Be in the vortex, be with the force, be in the vortex, that it doesn't get better than that, regardless of what situation you're in, no matter how dire. When you stand in that space, it comes to you. That's the joy of waking up every day, to see what comes. Lots of love. Catch you next week.